Naya stumbled backward as the groom's voice cracked like a whip across the hall. "I'm not doing this. I can't marry her." Tunde's hand shook as he pointed at her like she was something filthy. Gasps rippled through the wedding guests. Phones lifted instantly, and Naya felt her throat close. She had dreamed of this day, practiced her vows, designed her own gown, but none of that mattered now. Her vision blurred as Tunde stepped away from the altar, shaking his head aggressively, like he wanted the whole world to agree. "Look at her!" he shouted. "Is this who I'm supposed to call my wife? She can't even fit into the life I want. She's—" He didn't finish. He didn't need to. The disgust on his face completed the sentence for him. Naya's mother cried softly. A group of bridesmaids exchanged embarrassed glances. Someone at the back snickered, and somewhere close, a woman muttered, "I knew she wasn't his type." Naya's hands trembled around the bouquet. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. She felt heat rush to her face. Shame, anger, heartbreak, all tangled together. "Tunde, please," she whispered. "We talked about this. You said—" "I lied," he yelled, his voice echoing through the hall. "I tried, okay? I tried to love you, but I can't force attraction. I can't spend my life with someone like—" She put up a hand. "Stop." But he didn't. "Someone your size," he spat. Naya felt something tear inside her chest, a raw, painful rip that made her step back like she'd been slapped. The hall spun around her. Her gown felt too tight, too revealing. She felt every eyes dragging across her body, measuring, judging, mocking. Tunde threw his ring across the floor. "I won't do this. End it." Silence, then whispers, "Poor girl." He embarrassed her like that? On the altar? Imagine being rejected on live stream. Naya didn't wait for more. She turned, dropping her bouquet as she ran down the aisle. Her tears blurred everything. Guests, flowers, decorations, until it all became a messy smear of colors. Behind her, Tunde said something else, but the sound faded as she crashed into the doors. Before she could push them open, they slammed inward. The guests stiffened. A wave of cold tension swept through the hall as 5 sharply dressed men entered first, their faces unreadable, eyes scanning the room. Then a tall man followed, moving with the quiet confidence of someone used to commanding fear. Jinwoo Kang, ruthless, dangerous, known only in whispers. His black suit clung perfectly to his frame, and a thin scar cut across his jaw. His gaze swept over the guests, then landed on Naya, red-eyed, shaking, broken. Everyone knew his reputation. Leader of the Soul Black Dragon Syndicate. A man whose presence alone could end negotiations, wars, relationships, lives. But here he was, at a wedding. His voice cut through the silence, like a blade. "Why is she crying?" No one answered. Tunde swallowed hard, suddenly small under Jinwoo's stare. "This is a private. Be silent." Jinwoo didn't raise his voice, but the command sliced clean. The bodyguard stepped forward subtly. He approached Naya slowly, his footsteps steady, almost deliberate. Naya wiped her tears, confused, trembling. I don't know you." "I know you," he replied. Her breath hitched. His eyes softened only slightly. "You saved someone precious to me," he said, "months ago." She frowned. "I've never—" "You created a dress," he continued. "A dress worn by a woman who would have died without it." Recognition flickered in her memory. A woman she'd met in her shop, the one she helped last minute. She didn't know she had been shot or chased. She didn't know she had been part of anything dangerous. Jinwoo stopped in front of her, his presence overwhelming but strangely protective. He turned his head slightly toward Tunde. Is this the man who rejected you? Tunde's voice shook. I just... You humiliated her, Jinwoo said calmly, in front of everyone. She's not the kind of woman I want. Jinwoo lifted a finger. A bodyguard stepped forward instantly. Tunde shut up. Then Jinwoo did something that froze the entire hall. He extended a hand toward Naya. Come with me, he said softly. I claim you. A chorus of shocked whispers exploded across the room. Is he serious? The Mafia boss? Her? What's going on? Naya stared at his hand, speechless. Claim me. Why? Because he threw away something valuable, Jinwoo said, eyes locked on hers. And I do not let people like you get discarded. She shook her head. I can't just go with a stranger. You're not safe here, he said. And you deserve better. Let me take you away from this humiliation. Tunde finally burst. She's my fiancée. Jinwoo turned slightly. You rejected her. She is no longer yours. I didn't mean... You meant every word. Jinwoo replied coolly. You don't value her. I do. Naya's lips trembled. Why? Why do you care? Because, Jinwoo said quietly, women like you don't get protected in this world. But you will be. With me. The honesty in his voice cracked something inside her already bruised heart. Naya hesitated, only for a moment, before placing her shaking hand in his. The hall erupted in whispers again as Jinwoo's fingers wrapped around hers protectively. Tunde lunged forward, furious, but 2 bodyguards blocked him instantly. Naya, you're making a mistake. She looked at him, this man she once wanted to marry, and felt nothing but exhaustion. No, she whispered. You made the mistake. Jinwoo led her out of the hall, his men forming a silent wall around them. Guests watched, in stunned silence, as the woman who had just been publicly rejected was escorted like a queen. As they stepped outside, Naya's voice trembled. Where are you taking me? To safety, Jinwoo replied. And to the truth. The truth? About why you're in danger, he said, and why I came for you. Her heart pounded. Danger? From who? He met her gaze. From the people who want the secret your father died protecting. Naya froze at his words. My father, he ran a small tailoring shop. He wasn't involved in danger. Jinwoo guided her gently into the black SUV waiting outside the hall. His men secured the perimeter while he opened the back door for her. Get in. I'll explain everything once we're in a safe place. Her mind spun. Her father had been a quiet, loving man who died years ago. He had never spoken about secrets, never hinted at danger. How could he be connected to a mafia world she knew nothing about? Inside the SUV, Jinwoo sat next to her, his presence calm but powerful. The vehicle moved, leaving behind the hall where her life had shattered and twisted within minutes. Naya wiped her eyes again. Please tell me what's happening. I deserve to know. You do, Jinwoo replied. And you will. He loosened his tie, as if preparing for a long conversation. Your father wasn't just a tailor. He was a messenger for a man who once protected my father. A man who held information so valuable that 3 different syndicates hunted him. Naya stared at him. That doesn't make sense. My father was just a man hiding in plain sight. Jinwoo cut in. Because the best secrets stay alive that way. Her breath trembled. Why are they after me? Because he passed something down to you, without your knowledge, Jinwoo said. Something they believe you can unlock. I don't have anything, she argued. I barely even remember. You remember more than you think, Jinwoo said softly. Trauma buries things. Danger buries things deeper. But they're still there. Naya hugged herself. You came for me because of that. Not because I saved someone. I came for both reasons, Jinwoo said. The dress you made protected one of my own. That alone gave you my protection. But when I realized who you were, the daughter of the messenger, I knew the danger surrounding you was greater. Naya felt her throat tighten. So? What now? Are they going to hurt me? Are they following us? They were, Jinwoo said, voice dropping lower. Until my men handled it. The SUV sped faster. Naya swallowed hard. Are you telling me someone could have attacked me today? At my wedding? Yes. She leaned against the seat, overwhelmed. But why did they wait until today? Why now? They weren't waiting for today, Jinwoo said. They were waiting for weakness. Public rejection makes you vulnerable. Emotional chaos clouds judgment. They hoped you'd leave alone, exposed. Naya closed her eyes slowly. The day already hurt enough. Now she was hearing she could have died on top of it. She exhaled shakily. What kind of life is this? A life you didn't choose, Jinwoo replied. But you deserve protection, and I'll make sure you have it. Naya stared out the window at the passing streets. Everything she knew felt small compared to the world she had stepped into. After a long silence, she asked quietly, Why did you say you claim me? Jinwoo turned his head slightly. Because in my world, protection without clarity causes misunderstanding. If I say you are under my care, no one touches you. Her chest tightened. But doesn't that make it seem like I belong to you? He considered this. It means you're under my shield, not my ownership. But they don't need to know the difference. His honesty stunned her. Do you regret taking my hand? He asked. She shook her head quickly. No. I regret ever giving my heart to someone like Tunde. But I don't regret choosing safety. Good, Jinwoo murmured, because the moment you took my hand, you entered my world, and I don't let go easily. Something in his tone made her heart skip. The SUV eventually pulled into an underground garage beneath a high-rise tower. Jinwoo stepped out first, signaling his men. One of them opened the door for Naya. She stared up at the building. Where are we? My safest residence, Jinwoo said. No one gets in without my permission. She followed him inside. Elevators opened to a floor with only one door. His penthouse. The moment she stepped in, she felt swallowed by silence. Not cold or empty. Just calm. Like the opposite of the chaotic hall she had fled. Jinwoo poured a glass of water and handed it to her. Sit. She sat carefully on the couch, hands trembling around the glass. Jinwoo watched her for a moment. You are stronger than you think. She laughed bitterly. Strong? I just got dumped in front of everyone. I cried. I ran away. You stood back up, Jinwoo said calmly. Strength isn't about not falling. It's about standing again after someone tries to break you. Her lips parted slightly at his words. No one had ever spoken to her like that. A knock sounded. One of his men entered with a sealed folder. Jinwoo took it, dismissed him, and sat across from Naya. There's something you need to see. He opened the folder and pulled out an old, worn photograph. It was her father, young, smiling, standing beside two men she didn't recognize. One of them looked strangely similar to Jinwoo. Naya leaned forward. Who are they? My father, Jinwoo said. And his closest ally. The world tilted around her. My father knew your family? Deeply, Jinwoo said. He protected something for us. Something dangerous. Naya traced the photo with her eyes. Why didn't he tell me? Why keep that from his own daughter? To keep you safe, Jinwoo said. The less you knew, the harder it was to use you. Her heart broke in a new way. He died because of this, didn't he? Jinwoo hesitated. It wasn't an accident, Naya. She covered her mouth as her eyes filled again. Oh my God, all these years. I thought... Jinwoo leaned forward, his voice low. I'm telling you because you deserve truth, not the lie you've lived in. Naya sobbed quietly, shoulders shaking. Jinwoo didn't touch her, but he didn't move away either. He let her cry until her breathing steadied. When she finally lifted her head, her voice was hoarse. What do they want from me? A location, Jinwoo said. One your father hid. And the key to that location is in something he gave you before he died. Naya frowned slowly. He didn't give me anything. Yes, Jinwoo said. He did. She searched her memory desperately. What? What did he give me? Jinwoo met her eyes. A dress, Naya. Her breath caught. A dress he made for you as a child, Jinwoo said. And you've kept it all these years. Her heart pounded. My 10th birthday dress? Exactly, Jinwoo replied. And inside it is the reason the world is coming for you. Naya stared at Jinwoo, struggling to process his words. My 10th birthday dress? That small yellow one? I haven't seen it in years. You don't need to see it, Jinwoo replied. You just need to remember it, every detail. She shook her head. Why? It was just a dress. It wasn't, he said. Your father stitched information into it, not on paper, not in code, in pattern. Naya blinked slowly, disbelief clouding her features. Pattern? Tailors know how to hide secrets, Jinwoo explained. Fabric can carry messages better than ink. A certain fold, specific stitches, intentional asymmetry. They all point to coordinates. Naya swallowed hard. But I was a child. I didn't know anything. You didn't have to, Jinwoo said. You just had to wear it. The thought made her skin prickle. And now? How am I supposed to remember a pattern from more than 20 years ago? Jinwoo leaned forward. Your mind remembers what your eyes stop noticing. Memory is strange that way, but I can help you retrieve it. A knock at the door interrupted them. Another bodyguard entered and whispered something urgently in Korean. Jinwoo's expression sharpened instantly. What is it? Naya asked, tension rising inside her. He stood. They've tracked your location. Her stomach dropped. Already? Yes, Jinwoo said. I expected it, but not this fast. What do? We get you somewhere safer, he said. My enemies won't hesitate to breach this place. Her pulse raced. Breach? You mean attack? Yes, he answered calmly. They think the key to ending me is inside your childhood memory. They will do anything to get it. Naya stood shakily. Jinwoo, I'm scared. He didn't touch her, but he stepped closer, lowering his voice. Fear is normal. What you do with fear determines survival. She nodded slowly. His presence steadied her even as panic tightened her chest. Jinwoo signaled his men, and within seconds, everyone was moving. The penthouse lights dimmed, screens lit up with surveillance footage, and a coded alarm pulsed quietly in the background. Stay close to me, Jinwoo commanded as he led her through a private elevator. Inside, the elevator descended into a hidden underground tunnel, accessible only to his closest circle. Naya's breath felt trapped in her lungs. How many people are after us? Enough, Jinwoo said, eyes on the glowing floor indicators. But none who will get past me. She hugged herself. Why risk your life for mine? You don't even know me. He glanced at her. I protect what my father cared about. And your father died protecting our secret. I'm simply honoring that loyalty. But why claim me? She whispered. Why me specifically? He paused. Because when I saw you stand alone at that altar, shaking but still breathing, I recognized something. What? warrior spirit," he said quietly, even in tears. Her throat tightened at the unexpected compliment. The elevator opened into a long corridor lit with soft white lights. Jinwoo guided her into another room, a command center with maps, screens, and radios buzzing quietly. A woman approached, bowing slightly. Her presence was sharp, like someone used to danger. "Boss, the perimeter is compromised. 2 vehicles spotted." Naya's heart pounded. "We're trapped?" "No," Jinwoo said. "We're moving." He handed Naya a small device. "Press this. If you get separated from me, it alerts my men instantly." She stared at the device trembling in her hand. "I never signed up for this. I just wanted a wedding." "One that wasn't worthy of you," Jinwoo said, leading her toward another exit. "But now you're stepping into a purpose bigger than heartbreak." A loud crash echoed above them. Naya flinched. "They're close," Jinwoo muttered. "Faster." His men formed a protective ring around them as they moved through an emergency exit that led into a concealed loading bay. A black van was already waiting. Jinwoo helped Naya inside and climbed in beside her as the van sped off. For a while, the only sound was the engine and Naya's shaky breathing. Then she spoke quietly. "You said my mind remembers, but what if it doesn't? What if I fail you?" Jinwoo turned to her, eyes steady. "You won't." "How do you know?" "Because your father trusted you," he said, "and I trust him." Her chest clenched painfully. "I miss him so much." Jinwoo softened slightly. "He loved you fiercely, enough to hide the world's most dangerous message in the dress you wore to your 10th birthday." "I used to hate that dress," she whispered. "I thought it was too bright, too noticeable." "That's why he chose it," Jinwoo said. "No one suspects innocence." Naya felt tears gathering again, but this time they weren't just from pain. They were from understanding. The van suddenly swerved as something exploded behind them. Naya screamed, gripping Jinwoo's arm. "What was that?" "An RPG hit the road," Jinwoo said. "Hold on." The driver accelerated hard. Another explosion shook the ground as their pursuers closed in. Naya's nails dug into her palms. "They're trying to kill us?" "They don't need you alive if they think they can retrieve the memories from your mind by force," Jinwoo replied. Her entire body went cold. 2 motorcycles sped up beside the van. Jinwoo's men fired warning shots, causing one bike to skid violently. "Stay down," Jinwoo ordered, pulling Naya close to shield her as bullets hit the van's exterior armor. She pressed against him, panic spiraling. "I don't want to die." "You won't," he said firmly. "Not while I'm breathing." The van swerved again, throwing her weight into him. His arm wrapped around her to keep her steady. Within minutes, the danger faded behind them as they reached a secure mountain facility. The van rolled to a stop. Jinwoo exhaled deeply. "We're clear. For now." Naya's knees almost gave out when she stepped out of the vehicle. Jinwoo steadied her with a hand on her arm. "Breathe," he said softly. She inhaled shakily. "Is this my life now? Running? Hiding?" "No," Jinwoo said. "This is temporary. Once we retrieve the coordinates your father stitched into that dress, this ends." "How?" she asked. "By finding what he died protecting," Jinwoo replied. "A document powerful enough to end an entire Mafia war." Naya blinked. "So I'm the key to peace?" "You're the key to survival," Jinwoo corrected. "Mine, yours, and many others." Her pulse hammered as she looked up at him. "Then teach me how to remember." Jinwoo held her gaze for a long moment. "I will." He extended his hand. Naya took it, not because she understood everything, but because she had no choice but to trust him, and because deep down, something in his touch felt like safety. A heavy silence settled over the room as Ayira sat stiffly on the edge of the sofa, still gripping the robe tied firmly across her chest. Her breath shook. The sudden, violent world she had stepped into kept twisting and expanding with every new revelation. Min-jae stepped toward her, but slowly, like approaching a frightened deer. "You don't have to be afraid of me," he said quietly. Ayira laughed once under her breath, humorless, shaky. "That's the problem," she whispered. "I should be afraid. But right now, I'm more confused than scared." Min-jae stopped in front of her. He didn't touch her. Instead, he lowered himself to one knee so their eyes were level. "Tell me what you're thinking." She gazed at him, truly looked at him, at the sharp jaw, at the faint scar cutting across one eyebrow, at the softness in his eyes that didn't match the ruthlessness in the stories. "I'm thinking none of this makes sense," she muttered. "You, claiming me, protecting me. A man like you." "A man like me?" he echoed. "A mafia boss," she breathed. "Do you do this often? Claiming women who fall at your feet?" His lips twitched slightly. "No," he said. "You're the first." Ayira swallowed. "Why?" He didn't look away. "Because when I saw you standing there, alone, humiliated, holding yourself together when someone tried to break you, I felt something move in me. Something I haven't felt in years." His voice dropped. "I wanted to protect you, even before you knew you needed it." Ayira looked down, blinking fast. Her fingers twisted the belt of her robe. "Min-jae," she whispered, and she didn't know what else to say. Before she could figure it out, a door slammed somewhere in the compound. "Boss!" a voice shouted. Heavy footsteps approached. Youngie burst in without knocking, breathless. "We have a situation." He froze mid-sentence when he saw Ayira and Min-jae, the tension thick between them. Min-jae stood up slowly, transforming from vulnerable man back into the terrifying leader. "Speak." "It's Jackson," Youngie said. "He's outside the gates." Ayira's heart stuttered. "Jackson? Here?" "He's demanding to see his bride," Youngie reported. "He says he made a mistake. He wants her back." Ayira felt hot, then cold. Her hands shook. Min-jae turned sharply toward her, jaw clenching. "A mistake?" Min-jae repeated, anger cold and still. "He humiliated her. He abandoned her. Now he wants to reverse that?" Ayira pressed a hand to her chest. "Why would he come here?" "Desperation," Youngie said. "Or stupidity." Min-jae's fists tightened. "Keep him outside. I'll handle him." Ayira swallowed. "No." Min-jae turned. "No?" She stood up, gathering every shred of courage she had left. "I'll talk to him. I need to see his face when he explains himself." Min-jae shook his head immediately. "He doesn't deserve a second of your breath." "Maybe not," she said, voice trembling but steady. "But I deserve closure." For a moment, neither spoke. Then Min-jae exhaled slowly. "Fine," he agreed, "but I stand beside you, every second." The walk to the gate felt like marching into another battlefield. Ayira's palms were damp, her heart thundering. The compound guards opened the inner doors, revealing Jackson standing outside, disheveled, sweating, pacing like a frantic animal. When he saw Ayira, he froze. "Ayira," he breathed, stepping forward. Min-jae shifted slightly, blocking half her body from Jackson's view without even touching her. A silent statement. Jackson swallowed hard. I came to apologize." Ayira stared. "Why now?" Jackson's mouth opened and closed. "Because Because I made a mistake. I acted out of shock, out of pressure. Everyone was staring. My family, my friends. They were judging me. Judging you? Ayera whispered. For what? For marrying someone who didn't fit your perfect picture. Ayera, please. He reached toward her. Minjae moved like a shadow, intercepting the gesture with a deadly stare. His voice was calm. Too calm. Do not touch her. Jackson's face twisted. And you? Who the hell are you? Why is she here with you? What did you do? Are you threatening her? Ayera stepped forward before Minjae could respond. He protected me. Jackson blinked. Protected you? From what? From you, she said quietly. From the shame you put on me. From the humiliation. Jackson's eyes widened. Ayera, baby, don't call me that, she snapped, tears finally spilling. I begged you to love me, to accept me, and you couldn't even stand beside me on our wedding day. Jackson's lips trembled. I'm sorry. I swear I'm ready now. I just need one more chance. Minjae laughed once, a short, dangerous sound. You don't get to need anything from her. Jackson glared. Stay out of this. But Minjae stepped forward, radiating a coldness that made even the gods straighten. I have been patient, very patient. But let me be clear. He leaned slightly in. She is under my protection now, and I don't give second chances. Jackson's jaw dropped. Under your... What does that even mean? Ayera, you don't belong with this man. He's a criminal. He's dangerous. You're right, Ayera said softly. He is dangerous. Minjae turned to her, shocked. She gave a trembling smile. But he's dangerous for me, not to me. Jackson's face collapsed. No, Ayera, please, don't do this. I can treat you better now, I swear. You had your chance, she whispered. Jackson sank to his knees, actually on his knees. Don't choose him. Choose me. Ayera looked away, tears falling freely. Minjae placed a hand, the gentlest touch, on her back. We're done here. Jackson looked up at Ayera, her voice cracking. I loved you. No, she said, shaking her head. You loved the body you imagined, not the woman who existed. She turned without another word, and Minjae walked with her. Behind them, Jackson broke down completely, screaming her name, but Minjae signaled the guards, and the gate shut with a final echo. Inside the compound, Ayera finally stopped walking. Her knees buckled, and Minjae caught her instantly. She sobbed into his chest. Why does it still hurt? Because you cared, he murmured, holding her close. Because you're human. She cried for a long time. Minjae never let go. When her tears finally faded, she whispered, What happens now? He brushed a strand of hair from her face. Whatever you want. Ayera looked up. And what do you want? His voice was low. You. Her heart jumped. Not as a possession, he clarified. Not as a trophy, but as the woman who walked into my world and made everything shift. Ayera felt warmth bloom inside her chest. Then stay, she whispered. A slow, breath-stealing smile spread across his face. Then I'm yours. He lifted her hand and kissed it, soft, reverent, unlike anything she had imagined a Mafia boss capable of. Ayera, he murmured. You were never rejected. You were simply delivered to the wrong man first. Her breath hitched. He leaned in. But now, you're exactly where you belong. She didn't pull away. She kissed him. And this time, her heart didn't break. It ignited. As their lips met, the world around her finally made sense. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like, comment your favorite moment, and subscribe for more powerful African-Korean romance stories. Your support keeps the channel alive and helps bring more stories like this to you. Because Ayera's journey, from rejection to power, from heartbreak to unexpected love, was only the beginning.